Hello and welcome along to another episode of this FM22 One Club story from Hemel Hempstead Town with me, Daniel. It's part 121 today, and the swings in the league table are just phenomenal at the minute. We're back up to fourth after being miles away in the last episode and well in there 2 episodes ago. And it just looks like teams are dropping off. Arsenal and City are falling. And it looks like we could get Champions League football for the first time. And as many of you said in the comments last episode, Ricker ending his unhappiness was going to make a big difference. It has. But today, the focus is not just the Premier League as we come up against Ian Birchnell's Norwich City, a man who's just taken the Forest Green job in real life, before Athletic Bilbao away from home in the Europa League quarter-finals. They put us out in the semis last year. They held us at home last midweek. It's going to be very difficult for us to get the job done. If you're looking forward to finding out if we can and you are still enjoying the series, please do chuck a thumbs up on the video. Subscribe down below and turn that notification bell on for daily FM22 content from 2 long-term stories. The Helsingborg save is in the eye above. We're a few episodes in now, so please do check it out if you haven't already. There's also links up there to the Twitch channel, the football podcast and the merchandise store too. And you can support the show as a channel member by clicking the join button down below. But thank you as always for your incredible support as we return with the race for fourth very much in the balance. And I may end up regretting what I did last midweek. We'll have a look at why in a moment. We've also got a big injury. Rodrigo de Vita is out. That prevents the rotation from being quite as severe as it can often be with better quality players coming in. However, we have generally been in very good form in the last month because you were with me as we were in a little bit of a horrible rut, to be honest. We were really struggling to get results. Ricker had his unhappy spell, but he just ended it at the end of the last episode. Combine that with bar one game playing an easier set of fixtures, and we have been able to get the jobs done largely on the pitch. The main thing has been that our defensive record has tightened up, so I'm not quite sure how an attacker ending his unhappiness has affected that, but maybe it's the true definition of defending from the front. We beat Chelsea by 2-0 the weekend after that last game. It was Mailton again, who's just been a superstar since coming in, and Tyrese Ricketts with a goal off the bench. Another injury for Carlos Torres this time. But Mailton, I mean, what a player. 5 goals in 10 league starts with 4 assists as well. He's already becoming world class. Look at the way he's developing. It's phenomenal. And I feel like if we're ever going to up the wage bill like we did for this guy, if we're ever going to up the record transfer fees, you've got to get a superstar. And I think we might have got one of the best number 10s because we were actually talking about changing shape, weren't we? Well, Mailton's going to stop that from happening. If you get the right number 10, if you get someone of that quality, you can play any tactic, believe me. We followed that Chelsea win up with a 7-day break, thankfully, then a crucial 1-0 win at Brighton. I mean, look who scored the goal. I don't need to say any more. This time Mario Ricker got an injury, but it didn't matter because Mailton was on the pitch. And then a 1-0 home win against Leeds. Carlos Torres back with an early goal. Ricker's injury not too bad. And Mailton had a day off this time. We'll forgive him. Man of the match though, Dura at centre-half, who's come in and been first choice now. And he's starting to look a little bit of a gem. John Moore in goal did really well too, but you can see where Dura has played, his rating is generally the highest of the defenders, and that is a big, big plus. In terms of looking ahead to the summer, we've all been talking about finding that big centre-half to sign, but we've not been able to find it. Well, if Dura can become that player and grow into it, then that would solve a problem for us. We drew 1-1 at home to Athletic Bilbao though, and you can see where the problem arises. John Moore injured, which means Josh Hayes came in goal. But we played the first team. We took a gamble. I didn't want to be put out by Bilbao 2 years in a row. Now, not only are we second favourites to get through in this tie, we've got a big selection dilemma away at Norwich this weekend, who themselves are a very good side. They're up in the top half of the league. They're 10th place, just a few points off 8th, and they've got that number 10 who we tried to sign for a long time. Their vice-captain is Dugan Kaplan, who's played football for us in the Premier League. We know how good he is. They're a good team. They're not the Norwich that we're used to in real life that just float up and down between the 2 divisions. They are an established Premier League side, and signing all those youngsters from us a few years ago, well, it's set a pretty good foundation by the looks of things, hasn't it? So we're going to go and get straight into 2 very big games on the pitch. I don't know that I mentioned the youth intake last time. I think it came just after the episode. You'll have to forgive me. I've been on a few days break in between. But in terms of the youth candidates that came in, it was the intake we were hoping we didn't get, to be honest. No real superstars, just lots of decent players. Maybe it's a year where we can make a lot of professionals, and that might be a positive for the academy going forward. But I don't think there's anyone that's going to make it for us. The best two, Afiz Agbar is a Nigerian holding midfielder. He's not the worst, and he's 6'1", which suits the style I play. I don't know if he's going to make it at our level, particularly by the time he's come through. I'd like to be well established in the top four, but he might be a superstar yet. If not, he'll probably be a Premier League or Championship player, and we're very much going to help him in his development. The next one is Mark Jones, who's 1-star ability, 3.5 potential, opposite type of midfielder. Shorter, less strong, not really physically imposing, but great technically. You can see those key attributes for technique, for passing, for first touch. If he could finish, he'd be a great number 10. But mentally, he's very good as well. So there are some good signs from those two. They're definitely going to be good footballers. It's just whether they're going to be Hemel level. That's what we're waiting to see. So a decent intake without being spectacular. Nice to see that we've got some different nations in our academy now. Brilliant to see that we've got a Bosnian called James Ball. I mean, that is absolutely class. I'm presuming he's going to be part British as well. He is nationality Canadian, English and Bosnian. Fair enough. Let's go down further. We have got a Portuguese, Diogo Carvalho. Apart from that, it's the classic UK nations. So let's move on to the big day. It's Norwich away from home in the Premier League, and I've got to make squad decisions. We played the first team on Thursday night. The gamble did not pay off. Now, what on earth am I going to do today? We go away to Norwich knowing that a win puts us 5 clear of Arsenal with 5 games to play. If we have a look at the schedule, we know how crucial that could be. Arsenal is the final league game of the season. I do not really want it going down to that. If we could get something wrapped up by the penultimate game against West Ham, that would be delightful. Let's get these lads closed down as instructed and see who's fit. We're only struggling with Arthur Ndu, who is coming back from injury, and Chovan at right back, who always struggles. John Moore is back from injury and can go in goal. Let's bring in midfield. Miguel Coronel, I think, is the best option. Danilo Jose at right back. Coronel, incidentally, has ended his unhappiness too. So everyone's back on form in terms of the team. And that's probably why our results have improved too. We know how important morale is. In terms of the bench, how are we going to fill it? I'm going to put Josh Hayes on there just for today because we've got one coming back from injury. We're going to put on Harrison. We're going to put on Peebles. And we're going to put on Scott Egan. Basically, everyone who's fit, bar Jason Dolner, is going to be involved in our squad today. That means our squad for this big game at Norwich is John Moore in goal, Danilo Jose and Rodrigo Delgado the fullbacks, with Case Striker and Hanifan as centre-half. Jura, you've guessed it, is out again, I'm afraid. In fact, he's back. Why did I not spot that before? Ignacio Jura is in at centre-half. Ignore me completely. Case Striker will be on the bench in place of Egan. So our centre-halves are in fact Jura and Hanifan. We've got Arlan, Miguel Coronel, German Moreira and Mailton, the midfield diamond. And then Ricker and Torres reunited up front. Torres hasn't been great recently. I think Ricketts could overtake him soon. But for now, I'll give him the benefit of the doubt as we head to Carrow Road in a big Premier League match and a chance to edge closer to Champions League football for the first time. Well, 4 changes for us from the last game, 2 for Norwich, including the vice-captain Kaplan, our former player, being dropped. In terms of their team, Alban's in there, of course. Luca Romero's a good player. Jordan Ross we've tried to sign numerous times in the past. But this is a good Norwich side. We know this is going to be no easy game, and we need to get these lads up for it. Most of them motivated as we ask them to prove a point. Now, please, just deliver me a good performance. I mean, even a point is not a disaster in this match. But if we can take all 3, it'd be one hell of a confidence boost in the race for the top 4. Now, I should mention that Norwich are playing that tactic, as Jordan Ross is coming off injured, I think. They're playing the tactic that Notts County used to play non-league that we hated, which was the back 5 and then sort of the box midfield. 2 centre mids, 2 attacking mids, 1 striker. Very narrow. It overloads the diamond even. And it makes it quite hard for us to deal with. With 25 gone, we've had the first shot on target, but it's a Norwich corner, which is the first highlight. Headed over the bar by Alex. I think he's another one we tried to sign, actually. But for now, with half an hour gone, it's been a nothing game, and it's a decent result if we can hold on for a point. Well, half time, that might be the worst half of football we've ever seen. Norwich got the better expected goals. That's just because they've had a few more shots, but they've not really hit the target. They've not done a great deal. So let's just say we've been disappointed. The lads are all motivated. Can we nick one in the second half? Mailton now, after me talking him up so much, has had his worst game in a Hemel Hempstead shirt. 6.1 rating in the number 10 role. What on earth is going on there? And as we come up to the hour mark, he's down to 6.0 and we're going to have to make changes. As it's a throw on the left for Norwich. Luca Romero gets it wide. Delgado heads away to Torres and Coronel. To Danilo Jose with the long ball forward, but it's aimless. And you can see how this tactic stifles us as Kaplan gets on the pitch and gets it wide. Garcia from the right into Kaplanage. Across the box and Jose clears. There's a reason we wanted to sign him. I hope it doesn't come back to cost us as Jura heads away the next cross. It is also a wide pitch here. You can see their wing-backs getting in. We're really hanging on at the moment. I could see them winning this. As Durgan Kaplan gets it to Luis Enrique. Moreira heads away to Torres. Can we break? Coronel to Ricker. Beats the defender. He's one-on-one. One chance for him. And one goal. When Ricker's happy, anything is possible. Hemel Hempstead Town ahead. A brilliant smash and grab on the counter. And in a game where we've been absolutely battered, I think we're going to nick the victory. I was about to make the subs, but we've got a corner kick. You know my superstition. Didn't matter. Enrique's corner headed in, and again, we work so hard to defend hard, to get ahead on a break, and we throw it away in 2 minutes. 2 minutes after scoring, we've thrown it away. Oh, it's ridiculous. It's so frustrating. Mailton is going to be replaced by Carlos Martin. We're going to take off Torres for Tyrese Ricketts. And the other one, I don't really know what to do. I'm a little bit annoyed because this is purely a problem from Thursday night. Normally we're the fresher team at this stage, but it's not working out. Are we going to take off Moreira or Arlan? I think we're going to do Arlan for Shane Leacock. Let's get a ball-playing midfielder in there. Try and get our foot on the ball. And hopefully with a quarter of the game to go, we can at least cling on for this result and maybe just create one more chance. Though it's all Norwich and we're back again as they play out from the back comfortably. No real pressure on them at all. I could change shape, but whichever one we do, they're going to expose the opposite. When it's working well, the tactic they've set up is basically the perfect FM tactic. As Ricker nicks the ball high for Carlos Martin. Running in behind to Ricketts the sub. They combine. He gets one-on-one. Beats the keeper. Oh, the defender challenged the keeper. It all went pear-shaped for Norwich. But there was a covering man who got back brilliantly. It was a fantastic tackle. And Ricketts has blown a golden chance. But the two subs doing really well there. Carlos Martin proving a point off the bench. As we head into 3 minutes of stoppage time, this game is on a knife edge, but it will finish level. We'd have taken it at the start. We're frustrated having gone one up that we blew it. But still, a decent result against one of the toughest sides to face away from home. We strengthen our place in the top four. I'm happy enough with that. On to Thursday night though, Athletic Bilbao. And this is where it gets tricky. What team are we going to put out? And are we going to be put out by the same side twice in a row? Let's go and find out. Well, fitness test time for a big Thursday night in the Europa League. And I have got a big decision to make. Do we throw or do we expect our backup team to have a better chance of winning this game or the Stoke one at home? I would suggest the Stoke one at home. But I don't know how many of these lads are fit. So let's go ahead. You can see all of the ties bar the Southampton one are close. Hearts a goal down against Marseille. Dortmund and Juve's in the balance. And Southampton are likely to go through. There's a chance we could go through and get Hearts. You know, we're playing the winner of that tie. And I would fancy myself there. So maybe this is a great chance to reach a final. Let's see who's fit. And we'll go as strong as we can. I think I've decided that. It looks like, bar a bit of heavy match load, everyone is fully fit. A bit of a concern that Mailton's had his worst game for us after talking him up. I'm going to replace Torres with Ricketts. I'm going to bring in Chauvin at right back for Danilo Jose, which is back to full strength. And I'm going to potentially make the change at centre-half because Jura's a yellow away. But I'm not going to do that today. So, let's get ourselves Arthur Ndu back on the bench. He's not going to start this one. He'll start at the weekend. We've got to try and balance it up a bit. Jasinovic will miss out. He'll be replaced by Striker. And I think that's our strongest 18, is it not? Danilo Jose would be on there normally. So let's find a place for him. Danny Harrison out, I'm afraid. That is our squad for the last 8 in the Europa League. Bilbao put us out by the odd goal last year. Are they going to do the same here? Because at 1-1 after the home leg, we're not in a great position. The 11 sees 2 changes with Chauvin and Ricketts in for Torres and Danilo Jose. But let's go and head away to Spain and cross our fingers that we can get through this time. Well, I really hope we can do this, because if not, it's going to massively affect us in both the race for the top 4 and, of course, in getting a trophy this season, because it is our last realistic chance. And to be honest, you know, my policy's always been to go for trophies over league position, unless it's for the title, of course. So I think for now we've made the right decision, but that could be proven wrong if we lose this and then lose to Stoke on Sunday with a rotated side. So Nico Williams, the skipper for them, he's an absolute superstar, one of the best players in the world. The rest of it is a pretty good quality side too. We saw what they're capable of last year. Now let's hope, with most of the lads motivated, that this time we can come out on the right side of it. Hemel Hempstead Town away in Spain. Please, please let this be the night. As with a few minutes on the clock, we've got a throw on the right with Chauvin. Looked like a foul throw to Melton, but it's back out to him. Ricketts knocks back for Ricker. Oh, that is a big, big start. Ricketts at the back post does really well there. Knocks it down for Ricker, who gets across his man at the front post. And he slams it in from a couple of yards. 1-0 after 3 minutes. That is absolutely crucial. And Ricker's back on form. He's got his 20th of the season in all competitions. When that boy's happy, it's so important. And you can see now why I didn't want to sell him. He is so, so good and crucial to our success. Well, I think we've had our own competition in this episode for worst first halves of the series. One highlight in each of them. This time I don't care because it was a goal. But the game's very evenly poised. And Bilbao still creating a few chances. They only need one to take this to extra time. With 5 minutes gone in the second half, it's quiet again. And Melton's having a stinker again. I'm a little bit concerned about this. Is he going to be inconsistent now? Or can we get a moment of magic out of him as Ricker on the right hand side holds the ball up for Dennis Chauvin? He created that first goal, didn't he, with the big cross in, as Ricker goes back to Coronel. Inside to Ricker, it's lovely triangles. Out to the left hand side for Delgado, to Melton. Go on, produce your moment now. To the left wing, delivers towards Ricker, loses out in the air. It's wide to Chauvin though. He can recycle it on the right. Gives the ball away. Can he stop them clearing? He can't. Vivian on the edge of the box to Diaz. Hoofs downfield. Hanafan intercepts. Really well done. Finds Jura, who's having another good game. Into Coronel and Melton. To Ricker. Support from Ricketts, but goes alone. Turns his man inside out. And Mario Ricker, single-handedly, is taking us to the semi-finals of the Europa League. This is why we rejected stupid money for him. Because he is the only man who can turn a game on its head like this. Melton can score goals. Torres can score goals. Ricketts is brilliant in behind on the counter. But Ricker is a superstar. A world-class, bona fide superstar. And he brings the ball down for Ricketts again to Arlan and Coronel. And Ricker to Melton. Just over the bar. The lads are starting to enjoy this. We're going to take Coronel off for the youngster Louise. With 25 to go, we're going to try and cling on. As Hanifan goes back to Arlan. Got the centre-half with him. Goes all the way back to the keeper, though. Moore does play it out to Jura. Comes over halfway. No pressure on him. Chips it forward towards Ricker. The defender's missed it. Mario Ricker's in. Brilliant save. If he's got his hat-trick there, we would have rested him for the weekend. But not to be. It's behind for a corner. And Louise is on for Miguel Coronel. Melton takes the corner. We don't get to see it, though. It's just been a really good performance. And it's made it worthwhile. Delgado, tired at left-back, will bring on Danilo Jose. And then Herrera in the middle the same. We'll bring on Shane Leacock, I think. 3 subs made with 18 to go. Let's hope we can cling on. As Ricketts on the left. Back to Delgado, who's not yet come off. Into Ricketts, to Melton. Finds Ricker on the hat-trick. Through ball to Ricketts. It's so unselfish. The shot's blocked on his weaker side, though. Cleared away as far as Hanafan. The 2 subs are made. With 15 to go. It looks like we've avenged the defeat from last year. They stopped us getting to a final that time. Well, this time, we're on our way. We've got 2 games to go. Will it be Hearts or Marseille, though? As Ricker holds the ball up for Chauvin. And Arlan chips the ball forward to Ricker. Down to Melton. Had a much better second half as he gets in behind. Ricker's shattered. Doesn't bode well for Sunday. But he's going to get a chance to complete his hat-trick here. Because Melton, after a brilliant mazy run, forced down on the right-hand side of the box. VAR will check it, but it's going to be a penalty. And Ricker, on a hat-trick, will get the chance to take it. Let it be a superstar night. He finishes it in style. It wasn't the best penalty. The keeper almost got there. But with 7 minutes left, it's 3-0 to Hemel Hempstead Town. and it's 3-0 to Mario Rica. The star has shown up again on the big occasion as Dura heads away a corner for Bilbao. They're throwing everything at it, but it leaves spaces in behind, and this could now get ugly. When you consider that we struggled against them at home, the space has really opened up here, and having those runners has made a big difference. Long ball forward, just overhit, and it goes through to the Bilbao keeper. We've got 4 minutes left, and I'm almost in party mode. Rica's on a 10 out of 10 rating, and Bilbao are flying down the left. That's a good ball. It's 3-1. It's not over yet. Eric scores the goal, and we just got caught out there. We were a little lapse in concentration at the back. Chauvin missed his interception. The centre-half didn't follow his runner, but it isn't going to matter. 4 minutes of stoppage time played, and Hemel Hempstead Town win 3-1 at Bilbao. We might have lost against them last year, but this year we're in the semi-final again. We've beaten them to get there. Now let's find out if it's Hearts or Marseille and see when Minutte's going to be back. It is Marseille. Dortmund beat Juve as well. Southampton, of course, are through. But Marseille will be our semi-final opponents. Probably the weakest side left. But let's see when we're going to be facing them. The first leg and the second leg are just a couple of games away. I think we're going to show the second leg because away from home in the first, I'm not sure we're going to get a massive lead. And then we'll show the Palace game in between as well, because that then means we can do the Arsenal game and hopefully a Europa League final in a big finish. But if you're looking forward to that and you did enjoy this episode, a crucial gritty draw against Norwich and then a brilliant performance in Spain, then please do put a thumbs up on the video, subscribe down below for daily FM22 content. Please do check out the new Helsingborg series if you haven't already. It will be back tomorrow at the normal time. You can find that in the eye above, as well as links to the Twitch channel, the football podcast and the merchandise store too. But above my head now is that Helsingborg playlist. Please do give it a go if you haven't already. And thank you very much for watching. As always, I'll see you back here for another European semi-final in just a couple of days' time.